Hey guys, Comic Uno. Today I'm doing a review for Batgirl issue 8, so let's see what's going on with this issue. Let's talk about the cover first. I say I really like the cover. I like the art for the cover. I've been liking the art for the series in general. I don't think it's one of the best Batgirl covers because I feel like they have had better Batgirl covers, and I've always been so impressed with Batgirl covers. But I still like the cover. I just think they should have picked someone else to be in the cover. Even though Grotesque was a big part of this issue, I felt another character in this issue was a bigger part in this issue that I felt like should have been on the cover. But still, I thought it was a good cover. I just felt like usually I like to see better covers for Batgirl because I'm always so impressed with the covers for Batgirl. I guess it's on a higher standard. A lot of the Bat books have really great covers, like Nightwing, Batgirl. It really has great covers, so I guess I wanted a little bit more from this cover. But still, a good cover in general, and it made me excited for this issue. Let's see what's going on with the story. So in this issue, we get to see that Batgirl meets one of the people, the henchman of the Joker, of the night that she got shot, and made her go in a wheelchair for such a long time. And of course, she really the Killing Joke is really a main focus in this series. She does bring it up a lot because it's a very important thing in our life. So we learn even more about the Killing Joke and what happened that night in the New 52 version and New 52 universe. But we learned that the henchman's not as bad as you would think he is. He saved Barbara's life because he called the police after this happened. The only reason he was with the Joker because he needed the money, and he just kind of screwed up his life. But he's not a horrible person, and Batgirl does see that. So Batgirl lets him go when they're fighting in the sewer. Another story that's going on besides the henchman story with Batgirl is that Barbara's mother sells the reason why she left, and it was because of James Jr. and how horrible of a mother she thought she was because James Jr. was a killer, and she thought it was her fault. So she says, "I can't stand this," and that's why she ran away from her family because of James Jr. And Barbara says, "But you left him with us, and you ran away from your problems." But Barbara is being a little bit nicer to her mother because she kind of understands, I guess, and she's trying to be closer to her mother because of what Black Canary said, and that was Black Canary didn't even really have a relationship with her mother, and now Barbara has a chance to have a relationship with her mother because she's not dead, like Black Canary's mother is dead. Black Canary says, "Barbara, just give your mother a chance. Everyone deserves a second chance." So that's exactly what Barbara's trying to do. And in this issue, we also see in the end that we do have a chance of seeing that James Jr. is going to be in Barbara's life very soon because her roommate made a new friend, and that was James Jr., and that was a big cliffhanger for this issue. So I have to say I love this issue. It brought a lot of story to issues to come. James Jr. is going to be a big story. I didn't read the James Jr. story in Detective Comics, but I've heard so many great things about it. And bringing it into Batgirl, I thought that was a very smart thing. Bringing it into the New 52, seeing the differences, I thought that was very smart. And I want to see what Gail Simone could do with these characters, and I think she could do a great job with these stories that are coming up. She's doing a great job talking about the Killing Joke and seeing how it affected Batgirl's life, and that's another great thing that happened in this issue, is that we learn more about the henchman, and we learn more about his life, and we learn that really, even though he was played as the bad guy, he wasn't as bad as you would think he is. He really was just trying to make a living, and he called the police. He saved her life. She would have been dead if it wasn't for him. And there's just like this very touching scene because the henchman gets stabbed and he's dying, and they're just talking. The henchman doesn't know that Batgirl's Barbara, so he's just telling the story of the Killing Joke night and in his point of view, and he ends up knowing that Barbara is Batgirl in the end of when he dies in the end of that part of the story. And I just thought it was so touching. It was just a really great scene. I thought it was a very powerful scene. And showing that he really wasn't the bad guy, and he saved her life. And I thought it was a really great scene, and I love how they brought such an important story from the Killing Joke and making it into the New 52, and making it a different story, just making it a very interesting story. I just thought it was a great job. Again, another great thing was James Jr. I thought that was a great story to bring in, and I think it's going to be very interesting for issues to come, seeing how really Barbara's mother handles it. Barbara handles it. James, Commissioner Gordon handles it. I think it should be very interesting. I just really enjoyed this issue. In a long time, I haven't really thought a Batgirl issue was great. But this issue was great, and I really love this issue, and I think it's bringing the story into different directions. And I just thought it was a very interesting story, and I think Gail Simone did a great job with it. And I can't wait till issues to come. One thing I really love about Batgirl is that you could see that a lot of different superhero books is usually, alright, this is the villain of the week, not really the villain of the week, but the villain of the story arc. And we'll tell that story, and then we'll go to another villain. So sometimes they don't get to tell other stories, but with Batgirl, we get to see different stories with the villain of the story arc. Grotesque was the villain of the story arc, but Gail told that story about Grotesque, but told the stories of James Jr., Barbara's mother, the henchman of the Joker, Danny. So it was just so many stories going on, but wasn't too much. It was just kind of like a TV show. There's a lot of stories going on. That way it builds up to something different. You can have a lot of different stories end at different times also. So I love how these different stories are going on in Batgirl and in her personal life, in Batgirl's life. So definitely it makes me feel like I'm reading a TV show. So I really love that. I thought it was a great issue. I give this issue a 5. I thought it was really perfect. And I can't wait till issues to come. And I think it should be very interesting. And this is one of my picks for the weeks. I have 2 picks of the weeks for this week, and this is definitely one of them. So be sure to pick this issue up. And guys, this is Comic Uno. I hope you guys enjoyed. And in the description below, there'll be a link for both my Twitters. My Twitter for this channel, Comic Uno, which will have news about my videos, and a link for my other Twitter, The Rant Situations, which will have news about those videos. I hope you enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and I give this 5 stars. Great issue. Be sure to pick it up. Bye, guys.